Shalom, shalom. First one, give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahweh is the Most High God. Yahweh Shai is the Son of God, the true name of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Again, Yahweh is the Most High God. Yahweh Shai is the Son of God, the true name of the Most High and His Son. Right, this lesson is going to be concerning the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, the United States of America, right? And the aftermath, if you will, of America, right? Because it's prophesied that America is going to be a flat, burnt land, if you will. You know? See, this nation was builded by violence, if you will, by blood. So it's going to be thrown down by violence, if you will, by blood. In fact, let's get the book of Revelation to start it all with. Revelation chapter 18, verse 21. It says, "And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all." Let's read that little part again. It says, "Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all." See, how is Babylon going to be thrown down? It's going to be destroyed by way of nukes, if you will. By nukes and the atomic bombs and the chemical weapons that are in these other nations. Right? Now, with that, let's get Isaiah. With that, let's get Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 14. It says, "Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame." See, America is prophesied to be burnt up, right? Which, in these last days, you have, in fact, right now, which is the last days, you have conflict between America and these other countries. Which these other countries, such as Russia, which is Russia, and these other countries is gonna what? Nuke America. Matter of fact, let's get Revelation chapter. Let's hold this. Let's get Revelation chapter 17. Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore." So these other nations, these other kingdoms is going to hate America, which is the whore. It says, "And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." Now, what's that fire from? The nukes. See, a nukes is plays a very vital part in these last days, man. A very important part in these last days, man. Going back to Isaiah chapter 47, verse 14. It says, behold, they shall be as stubble, which, if I'm not mistaken, stubble is a couple of sticks, wood. It says, they shall not deliver them. It says, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. So America is like wood, and the nukes, and the power of those nukes is gonna be like the flame, man. It's gonna burn it up. It's gonna burn this country up. Gonna burn the skyscrapers, the mountains. Gonna dry up the waters, the seas, and not the seas, but the lakes and the rivers of it. It says, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coil to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. You know? Now, from there, let's get Revelation chapter 19, verse 1. Revelation chapter 19, verse 1. It says, and after these things, I heard a great voice of much people in heaven, saying, Hallelujah, salvation and glory and honor and power unto the Lord our power, or Salakia, and power unto the Lord our God. It says, verse 2, for true and righteous are his judgments, for he have judged the great whore. Right? So it's prophesied that America will be judged, that the Lord is going to judge the great whore. The Lord is going to punish America. And that's prophesied. Come here, boy. Come here. Right, Salakia, my dog out here, but continue on with the lesson. It says, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and have avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. That's the point. Verse 3, it says, and again they said, Hallelujah, and her smoke rose up forever and ever. It says, and her smoke rose up forever and ever. Now, once this nation, America, the United States of America get destroyed by nukes, the smoke is gonna ascend. Right? You ever seen all the trees, all the buildings, everything is gonna become a plain, a flat, burnt land, man. So therefore, smoke is gonna rise up. Is going to ascend. Right from there, let's get Isaiah chapter 19. This Isaiah chapter 19, verse 5. It says, and the waters shall fail from the sea, which is this concerning Egypt. Now, going into Egypt, America is spiritually Egypt. America is Egypt, the modern day Egypt. Okay, come on, boy. Right, Salakia, but continue on. It says, and the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall be wasted and dried up. Now, once this nation, once this country gets burnt, this land get burnt, the waters, the sea, the rivers is going to be dried up, if you will, empty. Now, what do fire do to water? It evaporates it. So therefore, the waters in this land is going to be evaporated. It's going to be empty, dried up, if you will. Now, continue on. It says, verse 6. It says, and they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of the fence shall be empty and dried up. The the reeds and flags shall wither. So basically, just showing you how destroyed this land gonna be. The trees gonna be destroyed. Like I said, the skyscrapers, the buildings, the monuments, it's all gonna be destroyed, man. Right? Let's add a precept to that. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 20. Matter of fact, verse 19. It says, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms. Now Babylon is America, right? It's really talking about America. It says, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So this nation is going to be like Sodom and Gomorrah. It's going to be overthrew. Now when you go into Sodom and Gomorrah, it's a dried land, man. You can see it, man. Right? Even there's a man that went to the supposed land of Sodom and Gomorrah, and this man found brimstone scattered abroad this land. So this land is gonna be destroyed, man, but by nukes this time. Come here, boy. Slog your bill with me. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come on. Okay. Lock your bill when I'm walking to my house right now, and we're going to continue on with the lesson. Right, Salakia. Going continue on with the lesson. This Isaiah chapter 13, verse 20. Jump down to verse 20. It says, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. So this land, America, shall never be inhabited. Meaning no man shall inhabit it or dwell in this land. Because once this land gets destroyed, no man will be able to dwell in this land. It's probably gonna be forbidden, man. Right, in fact, let's get Wisdom Solomon. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon. Nah, Salaki, bear with me. 2 Peter. I was mistaken. 2 Peter. I want to go to 2 Peter. Right, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 6. It says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes. So just like how Sodom and Gomorrah was turned to ashes, so will America. It's gonna be a flat, burnt land, right? It's gonna be a desert, if you will. You know, it says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow. So will America will be nuked, if you will, and that's the punishment. That's gonna be the recompense of the deeds that's being done in this land. So all this wickedness, it'll tell you that America sins have reached unto heaven. That's how wicked America is. Now continue on. It says, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly. So basically, America will most definitely be known or be an example unto those that after shall live ungodly. Now, in the world to come, no Israelite shall sin. No Israelite shall commit iniquity. But America is still gonna be known as that wicked place. America is gonna be known as that wicked place, man, if you will. So going back to Isaiah chapter 13, verse 20, it says, "It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there." Verse 21, it says, "But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures." So only wild beasts and animals like birds and stuff like that is going to dwell the aftermath of America. Right? It says when it's after it be destroyed, only animals is going to dwell on this land. It says, "And owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there." It says, "And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desert, in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces." Salaki, it says, "And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged." So America is not gonna be prolonged, man. The end of America is nigh at hand. It's close at hand, man. Going back to Isaiah chapter 19. Matter of fact, we could get Isaiah chapter 34, verse 9. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 9. It says, "And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation. It shall lie waste, none shall pass through it forever and ever." See how when you go into the scriptures, man, and you get an understanding, you don't know how to go upon precept upon precept. The smoke of America, after it has been destroyed, is going to ascend, man. It says the cormorant and a bittern shall possess it. The owl also, and a raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stone of emptiness. Right? Let's get Revelation chapter 18. Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. It says, "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power." It says, "And the earth was lighted with his glory." Verse 2, it says, "And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, is fallen." which that's going into the downfall of America when it gets destroyed by nukes. It says, and has become the habitation of devils. Right? It says, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Right? So it basically, animals, birds is going to dwell in this land, man. You know? So really that's gonna be what's left of America in the world to come. In the world to come, it's gonna be nothing here, man. It's gonna be no cities, no buildings, no trees, no monuments, no more monuments of the so-called founders of America. No more statues, none of that. It's gonna be burnt up, man. And birds and animals is gonna, dwell in the land of America after it gets destroyed, man. Right, going back to Isaiah chapter 19, verse 5. It says, and the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers, it says, and the rivers shall be wasted and dried up, and they shall turn the rivers far away. Hey, man, imagine a multitude of nukes, man, of arrows, metaphorically speaking. When I say arrow, I'm talking about nukes. Imagine, man. Imagine what that going to do to this land. It's not going to be one nuke, man. No, it says, and they shall turn the rivers far away. Verse 6, and they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of defense shall be empty and dried up. The reeds and flags shall wither. It says, the paper reeds by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away, and be no more. Verse 8, it says, the fisher also shall mourn, and all they that cast angle into the brooks shall lament, and they that spread nets upon the waters shall languish. See, going to verse 8, that's really concerning this. Let's get Revelation chapter 18, verse 10. Revelation chapter 18, verse 10. It says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Right, so who's going to be standing afar off for the fear of her torment? These nations. Those of these other nations, of these other countries, is going to, be aware of the destruction of Babylon the Great, of America. Now they're going to know that they're going to be aware of the reports of the destruction of America, man. It's going to be, a very big thing, man. And I'm gonna, and it's gonna show you. Watch. It says, verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. See, when you go into America, America is one of the largest trading, or the biggest trading country. Now, I forgot, let me bring up this thing I was looking into earlier. It says the United States is the world's largest trading nation, with over 5.6 trillion in exports and imports of goods and services in 2019. And I don't know if that decreased, but America's is up there. These other nations and these other countries, these foreign countries, are profiting, if you will, from America. You know, it says the U.S. has trade relations with more than 200 countries, territories, and regional associations around the globe. The United States is the second largest goods exporter in the world. So imagine if when America get destroyed, man, these other nations are, to some effect, is going to feel it. They're going to mourn. You know, it says, verse 11. It says, the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Yeah, because America, buy, the merchandise, trade with a lot of land, man. That's why basically profiting off of each other, if you will. America is profiting off all the other countries, and the countries is profiting off of America, if you will. It says the merchandise of gold and silver, verse 12. It says the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all fine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious stone. Most precious wood, Salakia. Not stone, but wood. It says, and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after. Verse 11 says, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. Verse 15, it says, the merchants of these things which were made rich by her. Yeah, like I said, these other nations profit of America to affect, in some ways, man. It says the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. So these other nations are going to be aware of these of America being destroyed. They're gonna hear the reports of America being destroyed, man. They're gonna be aware of it. They may see it. I don't know how that's gonna work, but they may see it, man. All this technology and stuff like that, radios and stuff like that. Going to it says. It says verse 16. It's saying. It's verse 16. Salakia. It says. It's saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. Verse 17, it says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, which the word naught means nothing, because America is going to be destroyed quickly. America is going to be destroyed quickly. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it may be destroyed in 1 hour. If I'm not mistaken, America really might be destroyed in 1 hour by these nukes. It says, verse 17 says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? So the nation's gonna cry out, at the smoke of her burning, man. Verse 19. It says, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that bad ships in the sea. It says had, I think it says had ships in the sea. It says by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. Meaning what? America is gonna be destroyed quickly. It says for in 1 hour is she made desolate. America is gonna be destroyed quickly, man. It's not gonna be it's not gonna take no days, no 2 days, no weeks. It's probably gonna be in 1 hour, man. It's gonna be destroyed, man. It's gonna be destroyed quickly, man. Right, going back to Isaiah chapter 19, verse 7, Salaki verse 8, it says, the fishers also shall mourn, and all they that cast angle into the brooks shall lament, and they that spread nets upon the waters shall languish. Right? We already got understanding of verse 8 mean. Verse 9, it says, moreover, they that work in fine flax, and they that weave networks shall be confounded, and they shall be broken in the purposes thereof. All that make sluices and ponds for fish. Really we could, close out. In fact, let's get one more precept, and we're gonna close out on that. Let's get Zechariah. I actually wanted to bring this precept out. Zechariah chapter 4, verse 7. It says, who art thou, O great mountain, before Zerubbabel? Now, who's that great mountain? That great city. Babylon the Great, America. It says, O great mountain, before Zerubbabel, thou shalt become a plain. Let's read it again. It says, who art thou, O great mountain, before Zerubbabel, thou shalt become a plain. Now, when you go into the word plain, it goes into a level or flat. So basically, the understanding of it is which is ultimately going into America is going to become a flat, level, destroyed, burnt land, man. But we could close out on that. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Double honors to the elders of the house of David. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Salute and shalom to the fellow laborers in this truth. And all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Shalom.